Hello, sexy souls. How are you all doing? We're going to get into the element of fire today. As a reminder, this is not like zodiac specific because there is tropical, which speaks to the self when you were born, all that you bring from past lives. And then you have Vedic sidereal, which really talks about this lifetime and the processes by which you will be working through anything that you brought from the past. And tropical is your true essence. You got so many fucking placements and so many houses and so many different things that zodiac signs really, I feel like, aren't hitting at home with that. At any point in time, we can be operating out of any one of the elements energy. And so, and a lot of times we are operating out of all of them at any one given time. However, one may be more prominent for a particular reason, whether it's part of our healing process, our environment, what we're going through specifically in life events. And so I prefer to do the elements to kind of give you an idea of what the fire element really is. Fire is energy, action, it's desire, your motivation, your passion, and your initiative, you know what I mean? Your will and desires. It can be like the fire that burns within, that motivates you. It's freedom. It's courage. It's also death, the death process. Oftentimes, fire by purification by fire, where it's like the phoenix rising. It's the shedding of all the old that no longer serves. It is the purification of the self. It is the dying of old ways and beliefs. It gives way for new life. And so it's a bit of like that, again, it's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So fire is all of those. If that's anything that you're going through, any that resonates to you and pulls to you, if those are the energies you're operating out of, or you feel really drawn to, then this definitely might be a message for you. Again, between that and then also, what am I trying to say? Combination with what the title says, if that resonates with you, then definitely this might be a reading for you. As a reminder, I use colorful language. If you don't like that, you might not want to continue. I talk about anything and everything. TMI, I go there. Okay. So if that's what you don't like, and I never know how it's going to go with any reading. I also don't necessarily, I read tarot, have for over 21 years, but, more specifically, I also channel. And so sometimes what comes through is nothing. It's like nothing compared to what I would normally use for the traditional meanings. So if you're such a stickler, again, I might not be for you as well. And that's perfectly okay, because we are all, we all resonate with different individuals for a reason. And so if I'm not your cup of tea, there are other people out there on YouTube who are fantastic readers. I would definitely suggest checking them out. If you feel like there is a message that Spirit wants to give to you, there probably is. Let's see here. Also, this is general, so please do not try to Cinderella this shit and make it fit. Okay? All right. We're going to be using as the primary deck the Starman Tarot by David DeAngelis, I think is his name, and his wife Esther. Love this deck. This definitely always feels like it speaks to airy and fiery energies. It's also great to use when delving into your shadow aspect. I fucking love this deck. Love it. It just really speaks to me. So, all right. I also have a bunch of oracle cards because I really want to try and see if we can get specificity with this. All right, here we go. Are you ready? And I have little hands. Okay. So I do look janky when I am shuffling. I do my best. Spirit and I work together. Okay. All right. today? What messages do we have for those who are drawn to or operating out of the element of fire right now? What messages do you have, Spirit, please? We are seeking messages that are necessary for the individuals that are operating out of or resonating with the energy of fire. What messages do you have for them today? Okay. Okay. I'm going to keep going until I get good foundation for what the message, and then we will talk about these and I'll share what they are, okay? And if this is taking too long, I apologize. You can fast forward, but I don't. Okay, any more? Are we doing another one? One more? Shit. Why y'all gotta be all like that? Okay. Okay. We gonna do this. Oh, for the love of God. All right. Really? I want to keep that one. Okie dokie. All right, so let me. I tell you what. I want one more card. All right, so here we go. Okie dokie roki. Alrighty, y'all. So we're starting off this story with the Nine of Swords. Look at that mental anguish going on. Tormenting yourself. So there's all these thoughts floating in your head. All of these things, all these swords are floating in your head. Spirit is trying to directly connect with you and share something with you. But you have all these things floating around your head when only one of them have been put there by Spirit. And you're trying to figure things out. You're adding to the mix. It's almost as if Spirit has used your mind to create... it's like an inspiration, an idea, because this is the fire element. There's been an inspiration, an idea that has been given directly to you, but you have all these thoughts and well, what about this? And well, what about this? And then you get into this mental anguish where you're going through and they're trying to say, no, there's only one. This is the one. This is the one that's coming from Spirit. But you may be getting things from other people. You may be getting, like lost in your own thoughts about things, and then you think of all these 29 other scenarios, it seems like, where something isn't going to go right, and it's creating such pain. It's almost like a tension headache. Like this is like, oh my God. And it's all ruminating and going around and around and around to the point where it's almost like this initial that Spirit is trying to give you is getting lost amongst all the chatter in your mind. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Coming back to that. Princess of Pentacles and the Princess of Swords. So this idea is like something very, very, very new, very new. It's like something being offered to you. It's like a start with something. This is like, it's taking on a feeling of like the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles ish, but it's almost like so it's being caught between actioning, which is the taking the first initial steps, actioning, birthing this idea, and you're caught between doing that and really gaining clarity on whatever inspiration has hit this notion, this vision, this inspiration. So you're caught between two worlds of taking action and understanding it clearly and executing it clearly. Okay. This is where strength comes in. It is about taming the beast within, the beast within the mind, actually, where things get muddied, mucked up. I mean, why does this sometimes focus and not others? I don't understand this stupid camera. And it wasn't a cheap camera either, so I'm kind of like getting very annoyed with it. I'm just letting you take a look at this. It's like being of two minds, you know what I'm saying? It's a it's definitely the balancing of your light and your shadow aspect, which I guess kind of plays into this, because I saw this and I couldn't figure out what it was, why they were showing this. It's almost like death, like a very wounded inner child. Okay, we're gonna do this to help this fucker focus. See it? See that little doll with the blood dripping and everything else like that? And it feels as though we tend to work through a lot of our shit in layers, and so we can understand fully all of our traumas and have worked through it. But anytime something new is we face after our initial healing, it's almost like peeling back another layer, another way to a deeper level at which we can heal and grow. And so there is some kind of actioning of a new passion, something that's going to happen, an inspired idea or project path that spirit has given to you and is telling you to go down, and is bringing up another deeper layer of some kind of childhood wound, which is why all these other thoughts are coming into play, even though spirit has literally said, here you go, this is the one. They're really trying to speak to you, and you've got all this other bullshit going on in your head. And so there's this balancing of an integration of your shadow aspect and your light. Okay. There's something very seductive. That snake is bringing up Kundalini. And that, again, Kundalini energy is also another that I would liken to the fire element and energy, and operating out of that. So something speaks to, we're gonna clarify this, but there's a balancing between the two, and that's what gives you strength. Really giving credence and understanding that both are informing you. They both are a part of you, and that when you receive these other tormenting thoughts, that's really just an indication. Your shadow is a part of your intuition as well. That's the reason why you do the shadow work, because it's telling you something. It's highlighting something for you. And of course, sometimes it's really about the embodiment process. And the way forward is really to bring those two into balance. And by bringing them into balance, that's how you calm the inner rage of mental torment. Okay. We're going to get into that a little bit more, because this somehow is going to allow you to begin to see it's so there's this inspired something that and project or something. This feels like it's from the universe, something like a vision. You've received some kind of vision, some kind of information as regards to a path. It's for you. You're going for it. It's about between figuring out exactly how to execute it and executing it. The beginning processes of both, understanding it, how it would impact and really getting the knowledge you need to do it, and then actually taking action with it. These are the first steps in actuating this vision that you somehow have been tormented. What they're telling you, but there's all these other things that are clouding it, because these thoughts are really haunting you. The way to get to so the strength card is really the center of all of this, where that's what you need to do in order to begin to see fruition, things, like some kind of fruitful developments happen from taking action, from the action you take for this inspired whatever spirit is guiding you for. Okay. There's something that's very passionate about this path that you're taking, and you're trying to implement something and do something. And I really feel like this is, something along the lines of either life purpose. It's more like life purposey, career and things like that. And you want to be able to see the benefits of the actions that you've taken. You will be able to get to a place where you can celebrate your efforts and enjoy the fruits of your labor, so to speak. There's an enjoyment that comes from an enthusiasm and of like kind of like following through and it really happening, so to speak. Okay, we're going to get a little bit more clarity on a couple of things here. There's, I feel like the Eight of Pentacles is pretty self-explanatory. So is the Three Cups. I'm really interested in this passion, the Princess Page of Swords, Princess Page of Pentacles. It's almost as if like developing the idea and then actually implementing it, taking the first steps to birth. You know what I'm saying? And having clarity. This is also about the clarity that you're going to have, that you want in regards to how to take those actions and steps. So the clarity of what you're going to do, because right now it's a little bit clouded because of some, it's triggering some old childhood wounds that you worked through. But, it's like muscle memory. Your human still remembers that shit. And your human's like, okay, but, what about XYZ? What about XYZ? This could happen and this could happen. And look at all these different sorts of things that could happen. And Spirit is like, I'm telling you, we are co-creating together. Listen to me. Okay. And look at all these webs you are weaving with the thoughts and the worries and the fears, and holy shit. Spirit is looking for you to this is writing your story. See that typewriter? Trying to write this story. Okay. And it's not happening at this point in time, or it wasn't because of all this shit. And so you're trying to get the clarity and everything that you're needing right now, so you can really understanding it, and getting rid of the cobwebs, the fears and bullshit, so that you can take the steps necessary. So we're gonna focus on the middle of this right here. I kind of feel like I'm not ready yet to get into the specificities. I want a little bit more information on the strength card, because it has a little bit of, like taming those things within you, but it's also like bringing a balance. It's perseverance. Strength is the perseverance. It is the courage to keep moving forward. But with that, like on top of the courage, it also feels like, traditionally it's like taming the inner beast, and, the thing that wants to, that piece of you that always seems to, this is what's coming to mind. This is what they're saying. The piece that always seems to ruin things. It wants to rear its ugly head. A lot of times that's the ego. Sometimes it's impulse. Sometimes it's not harnessing it's almost like your passion and your ego collide. And it's like, holy shit, when that shit happens, you know what I mean? That's where impulsivity comes from. And that's definitely the fire element. You know what I'm saying? That passion, the initiative, the fire that burns within, kind of like if it's not tempered, if it's not managed, if it's not brought into balance, and understood, the only way to do that is really to keep a balance between your light and your dark, your desires and your, like, there's this like this, I keep being this lustful desire for something, but it's not like lustful as far as like for a human being. It doesn't feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can get lusty about other things in life. So it's making sure it doesn't tip the scales, which is funny because they brought the strength card, but that's really about you taking the initiative to bring those things into balance. And so I think that we need a little bit more on that. That's what we're going to focus on first, is the strength card. Well, shit. Okay, sorry. We're going to be bouncing back and forth. I'm sorry, but this is how this is going to roll. This story is unfolding like this. Okay, so the strength card is really about, we've got 6 of Cups and the 8 of Swords, okay? And 6 of Cups, I'm really getting this whole, like, this very childlike energy with this, of, I think this is a little bit that has to do with that childhood wounding. You've worked through it, but it still is like muscle memory. You can still get triggered, and it brings up old memories. You have the forgive and forget kind of thing. You don't necessarily forget. And so your human's like, wait, let's make sure, and then of course, it's, I'm getting mixed between, the red flags that your human wants to say there are, which definitely listen to your human. Your human is, your past experiences that come from that childhood wounding and all the experiences you had through that particular lens thereafter, definitely are informative. But know when they are informing you and when it is your own mental trappings, okay? When you can free yourself from that. All right, so that's the balance. This is the shadow aspect that they're talking about, knowing how to manage through that, okay? And then this is this is where impulsive decisions and actions come from, where we don't tame that inner passion and fire. Because if we feel like something is going to threaten this divinely guided project or idea or path, then we can operate and we let our inner child get triggered for whatever reason. Or if we meet a new layer of healing that needs to occur, and it doesn't even feel like healing, it just feels like trust, and it feels like that embodiment process where you have healed this, but it's a new area in which you're like, I never thought that this would touch that inner spot where, and your human's really trying to look out for you. That's its job. The ego, the mind, the human aspect of yourself, that's the job. It's a filter, and it's trying to filter what's going on for you so that you don't make those same mistakes. But that can also be, if that's your shadow aspect, if you operate out of that, you make poor decisions, and you let the waters get muddled. When really what you need to do when you are operating from a higher frequency, you hear and listen to what's coming through from your shadow, but you're divinely being guided to allow this is the King of Swords. He knows how to execute his passions. He wields and directs those emotions, that fire, the energy. Okay, he can direct that energy, and he wields it, like controlling, but he wields it. So it is at his direction. The energy is flowing in his direction, at his direction. Okay, and it's that patience of knowing that, again, Wands energy, very fiery, knowing that you've taken the initiative and everything, and being patient instead of impulsive, concerned, worried, allowing that which is meant to come to you, come to you. You've taken the necessary actions. You've chosen the way and the path and the avenue by which you're going to do it. And so then you allow it to come to you, allow it to eventuate. Okay. And so it's really, this is where the strength card comes from. It's hearing this and knowing this, getting this information from your shadow aspect, but still allowing yourself and utilizing this information, but not letting this control and dictate. But this is how you really should be. Okay. So this is how you bring it into balance. Okay. All right. So now that we know that, we're going to get a little more information about what this passion is. Madame Endora's fortune telling. I'm feeling like that's going to be yeah. Is there another one that you want me to? No, we're going to start with this, and then we'll go to the Kipper. All right, give me some more details on the Princess of Swords and Princess of Pentacles. The clarity of execution, the clarity of knowing the path and the idea, the project, and then being able to execute it, being able to birth it and really bring it to a reality. We are not doing 20. Okay. I didn't realize I've got all of this stuff. I keep pushing these things, and it gets to a point where you can't see it. I'm sorry. Sorry. So that you can see my hot mess. I'm here until Spirit wants to speak, so. We'd like clarity on what this path, we would like to know what the truth of what Spirit is speaking, the idea, the path, the passion, the project that Spirit is bringing to. Nope. Can we get one card on this? Okay, they want me to focus. Right now we're going to focus on the Princess of Swords, the clarity of what this is, the truth and clarity of what Spirit is trying to tell you and convey to you. And this is in regards to a passion, a path, a project. So clarify the Princess of Swords, please. Thank you. Those two go in tandem, but oh, okay. Your surroundings. Can you see this shit? Oh, come on. Your surroundings will undergo transition. All right. It's the winds of change. Hence why it's probably triggered. Well, no shit, right? Because that's usually when you reach a new level. You're like, oh. Anything else for the Page of Swords? Forces of nature favor you. So the universe is working to help bring this. And maybe that's what you need to understand, is that they favor you. This isn't something that's, they're working to really make this beneficial. This is a beneficial, wonderful, beautiful opportunity to harness your passion. And the truth of the matter is that the universe is working behind the scenes to help this come to fruition. You don't really need to be worrying about it nearly as much. Now, I want to know what specifically we're going to look at specifically what it is, this change. Okay. So, all right. Message of concern. Okay. So that's the reason why they're saying, your surroundings will undergo transition. The forces are in your favor. They want you to understand this is all coming in regards to, there's some kind of like truth. I feel like the message of concern is coming. It's twofold. You're getting, I'm going to move these a little bit. I'm actually going to move these over a little bit to the Nine of Swords, because I feel like this definitely speaks more to that. The message of concern is both people outside of yourself. Are you really sure that's a good thing? And blah, 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 blah. That's why the Princess of Swords is here, is getting the clarity on that idea, because you're being muddled up by not only your own internal narrative that wants to try and say shit, you're human, your ego, but also the people around you that want to sit there in the naysayers, or the people who really do this as because they love you, or other people who are jealous. It doesn't really matter, but there's a whole lot of other factors coming into play outside of yourself that shouldn't be. Okay, that will muddle up this idea, this notion, this passion, this path, this piece, okay, that Spirit has for you. All right, so that's where the concern is coming from. All right, now I want to solely focus on the truth of what it is that you're going to be actuating, and then how to do it. Okay, because it's really about the clarity and action that you're going to take, this understanding of what you need to do. So what is it? this is a passion. This is something that has a lot of passion behind it. It feels like it's like a path that you're going to go on, and it's something you're going to do. So I say project, but it's an action that needs to happen that you're going to take. I understand. All right. So it's kind of, this is going to overlap. That's going to overlap. This is just going to, I get it. Because they're saying that your surroundings will undergo a transition. So there's going to be some people, obviously, the reason why they're speaking up and saying things is because, whatever is coming through that spirit has in store for you, that spirit is inspiring you to do, and that you feel passionate about doing. Other people aren't going to necessarily like it because there's going to be a change, like a whole lot of change, both with what you're doing, their access to you, your entire environment. There may be a move that's involved with this. And so it kind of impacts other people in a sense that, they're going to not, it's almost like, they're not going to have something that they usually have with you. And so, but that's not really any of your concern is what Spirit is saying. That's not, you don't need to be concerned with that. Okay. Don't listen to any of that. And so that's what's going to help to bring the clarity of this. But I want to know what specifically. Tell us what path is Spirit leading the Watcher down? Okay, sorry. And I didn't take that card that flipped because it flipped only because when I tried to catch it, it flipped over. So I felt like people were questioning that. So I wanted to make sure that I... Here we go. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna okay. I know, right? You're like, just get with it. So community came out first, which is really like your social network, your surroundings, the people, the places, all that surrounds you will be changing because you're going to go on a long journey. There's a totally new path that's opening up to you. It feels like it's going to take you in a different direction in life. That's actually going to bring a lot of great fortune. Great fortune can be monetarily speaking, of course, but also in a lot of different aspects. It's almost like that cornucopia, the harvest, the abundance right there that you see that's flowing out of the cornucopia. It's in multiple different areas. And the thing that seems to be causing the most change is that this is going to happen because of a person. We've got main female and main male that came out together. So this is definitely about passion. That's why I kept picking up on the Kundalini, the lustful, but with the shadow aspect of the lust and the passion would be jealousy and fear of commitment and things like that. So the clarity of the path that you need to go is really about following your passion, following and taking those first initial steps to allow this to become a part of your reality. Okay. That's really where it's like the Princess of Pentacles is bringing you this opportunity that you can take, where something develops in your life that takes you, this encounter takes you on this. It's like it'll bring changes to sometimes to your friends, like where you begin splitting your time and prioritizing your time. Also the new encounters that the new people, the new places you'll go, changing up your routine a little bit because of this. And being able to go on an adventure, like this is a totally new path that will open new opportunities, new doors. This is the 10. This is, like the culmination, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, and it's going to bring a lot of good to you emotionally and otherwise. A lot of great fortune comes from, knowing this is good for you, knowing that this is a path that spirit is leading you down. You standing in your truth and seeing the reality and truth of this partnership, and being able to take action and steps towards it, and bringing it into fruition, and knowing, people who are jealous may try to say things and bring things up, and your old parts of yourself, and be like, but what about this, and they're doing this, and and any kind of past history or anything that wants to tell you you're not good enough. You know what I'm saying? That's where the inner childhood and everything, comes from. It's really about doing your shadow work when these things come up, knowing the difference between the programming and what's just bullshit that you can release yourself from. You know what I'm saying? Like these thoughts are keeping you trapped. This notion and programming, that you once had, it's like your human still wants to kind of gravitate towards it, even though your soul's like, no, I'm on a new motherfucking path. And the strength comes from feeling all those fucking emotions and you knowing that you're in charge of it, and that you get to wield it, and that you get to have the experience that you want. And you can take action, okay? They want you to take action instead of staying stagnant. This is the, this is the feeling of, like, I'm stuck. I can't go any further because of all the things that I'm thinking. And it's like, no, I'm going to move forward. I know what I want. I know I have the clarity because we've got the Princess of Swords, which is the truth, about a situation. There's an innocence to this, a sincerity. Okay, the pages, princesses have a very sincere. That younger innocent energy is because they have a sincere, like it's truthful. It's truth. And so you're going to be able to, you can stay stagnant, but they want you, it's balancing that, it's like not staying stuck, because of your past or childhood memories, or the human trying to buoy back. That's where your strength comes from, is understanding that, not staying trapped, being open and receptive to what is coming, what is meant for you. You've made the decision, you've taken the action, and allowing yourself to be open to receive your ships coming in. Okay, and so that's where the 8 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups come in. Let's find out what this 8 of Pentacles business is all about, okay? I feel like I just want to clarify that really quick. We're at 45 minutes, or almost 45 minutes, but we're going to get this 8 of Pentacles information really quick, okay? Because when you take the action that's outlined in the strength card, really balancing those two inner forces, your inner knowing, that compass, having that balance internally is your compass. That's what tells you. Okay. Five Pentacles. Give us some more. Too many? Okay. Oh, there's another one. Oh, good God. When? Okay, we got a story unfolding. All right, give me just a second. All right. Okay. I feel like they're saying that there's going to be, as a result of this coming together, there's, we've got unexpected income and a gift. And it's almost like the universe is saying this is a gift. This is an unexpected gift. There's going to be unexpected benefits from this union that you can't foresee right now. Things that you wouldn't necessarily anticipate. You've got the mature man, which I liken to having divine masculine energy. The divine masculine operates out of the heart space. And that's where all prosperity and abundance comes from and stems from. If you aren't able to operate fully, if you can't really engage your heart center, your heart chakra in your manifesting, then that's where a lot of people end up having their difficulties. Okay. And so there's high honor where it's some, some people could liken this to be like somebody that's in it's almost as if being elevated, there's an elevation that comes to your career. Because this is the one that the mature woman is somebody that you would go to that has the wise understanding of the feminine energy. I'm saying she's the divine feminine, the nurturer, the one that has a good understanding emotionally. The mature man, if not a person, I mean, like an older man coming in kind of thing, is really about that wise guide and leader. And it's almost as if coming into this union, because it doesn't feel as if this is actually about a particular, it helps both to step up into a leadership position. Like it really initiates you stepping into your authenticity. You know that saying, behind every good woman is a solid man, and behind every man is a good woman. That kind of situation where, or man, woman, it really doesn't matter. But behind any person, it is when you have that solid backing of somebody who compliments you, who's like a true match to you, it seems to elevate you even more than being on your own. And so there's this leadership energy that comes about. This unexpected gift really has to do with, it seems to elevate both individuals within this relationship, to really operate from a very honorable, integral space that seems to filter not just a relationship, but it goes into other aspects of life, including career. So there's something about this that it's like, once this union, these two come together, they really work hand in hand with one another. And they did tell me to use the Lenormand, to elevate every other aspect of their life. They show up as a leader in their fucking life. And yeah, they make great strides and accomplishments, the both of them. Give me a little bit more on the Eight of Pentacles. When I was shuffling the Kipper, they told me to pull the Lenormand. I was like, let me finish this really quick. And then all that came out. And so I want to honor the fact that they told me to pull from the Lenormand. And I'm sure that this is going to give a little bit of clarity to what we were. Yeah, I got it. The fuck? Okay, that's meant to look like that. No, it's not. What the? I got something on my card. What? Okay, we're gonna. Huh. I don't know, a little bit of dirt. Just gotta get it off. That's what the boobs are for. We're gonna, Uh-oh. Thunders are rumbling outside. Uh-huh. Anything else? Oh, okay. I'm gonna take the one that popped up. Take them all, they said. My God. Oh, shit. I mean, are we just gonna, you know what? I always tell them we're not taking 20 and then they give me 20. Okay, this is gonna be it, y'all. All right. There is a highlight on the masculine energy within this. And I feel like it's the masculine energy in each of the individuals that came up. So we have a partnership here, okay? Main man, main female, because they don't have necessarily really, I mean, I guess I could do the mature one, but they know how I interpret these. And so this is like two individuals, okay? And gender doesn't matter, all right? Two individuals that come together in this, and it ignites the masculine energy within each of them. It helps them to begin to take action. Being together, they really help each other take action on things that they haven't before, where they felt like things were just too difficult, or they saw nothing but obstacles and mountains and things like that. They begin to take action on things, and the obstacles just kind of seem to be minimal when it comes to this, because like it's as if this is a very fated individual connection. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's fate helping you. There's an end to all the obstacles. They don't seem to be like an obstacle anymore. There's this energy of being able to take action on things that were just thought of before, or that lacked the follow through. And it's the initiative that comes from this connection that happens, and it brings about a very new, it's fated. This is definitely, destiny bringing things in, bring this to you. There's this energy between the, singing your song. You both can really, that's what they're saying. You both are able to step out and sing your song. There's something about having that support. It's a support like you've never had before. It's a best friend. It's so definitely this is, and this is not the only element where there was a connection being made, but there's this, it is a person. It is a connection that's being made, where difficulties seem to fall away. How do we do this? Okay. It's a fresh start on everything in your life. It's like before the fresh start happened, Spirit said they wanted this person. This is the gift. The person is a gift also. This connection is a gift, and it brings about so many other gifts from the universe, but it kind of ushers it in to have that loyalty, that connection, that bond and support, that best friend that I was saying. It's a fresh start in everything, a fresh outlook, and they help you to get to where you're going to go. Spirit says that the message to you is they are your ship. They are the other piece to, not that we're incomplete, we're whole on our own, but sometimes we don't operate in a fucking vacuum. Sometimes, we are always, when we ask for resources and help and assistance and doing certain things, Spirit's like, well, that might come in the form of a person, right? Boy, I tell you what, and that might be where you're like, holy motherfucking shit, no, I am good on my own. I don't need nobody. Oh, inner childhood wound triggered. Okay, so your ships are going to be coming in, and ships were the mode of transportation. Then how do I get to this other stuff? And it's because you have your soul's best friend, your greatest support, your greatest ally, the one who helps to balance you, who motivates you to take the actions, the wizened actions that need to that bring you into integrity, and that filter over into all the things that you do, in your life, that give it purpose. And so the message that you need to hear is, this person is a part of how you get there. You are an integral piece, but to get you to that place, they're part of that. It's like the chariot. Chariot is your mode of transportation. It gets you from point A to point B in the tarot. It helps you to get there. And sometimes your chariot is a person. They help you to get there. Whoever this is for, you're not meant to do this alone. And that's the trigger. And that's what you need to balance and come into an understanding with and be okay with. Okay? Well, I can tell that got some people, they're sitting there like, I hope this helped. I hope that this is beneficial. Like, subscribe, and share if you feel like there are others that one, if it resonated with you, but if you think there are others that it could resonate with. I am so glad that you're allowing me to bring these messages to you and that you join me. I will be working on more readings. Keep and stay. That's why you need to subscribe, so you know when they come out. But much, much love to you.